One, two, one, two, three.
Pulling into another. Cotton is officially being picked. All them round rows. It's good. I'm glad that everything's underway. I still got a few gins that hadn't started up yet, but it's mostly the smaller ones that really are more family gins than anything else. And they gin mostly for their own crop. A big old warehouse right there. I'd love to have that thing. Of course he wouldn't, huh? Pulling on in here and see what kind of trouble we can get into. Somebody done throw the bale on the ground. Throwed it on the ground. Dang. Blocking my way. I don't know how well y'all can see it, but that was a big old pretty field. You still see some of it out there. See the white out there? The whole field was like that. The whole field was just like that. That white, I mean, it was just like a carpet, a white carpet. There's cotton out there. Same thing with that field there, but they done picked it. They're dissing it back in. But if you look on the side of the road, I know if you anywhere in the south, out especially in the more rural areas, you see all this cotton on the side of the road. Well, that is, you know, that is cotton that's been picked that's going to the cotton gin. And, you know, it's packed when they pick it up, but it's not 100% packed and packaged up. I mean, 100% enclosed. So some of it does come out, but it is biodegradable. I mean, it will go, I mean, if it's not treated, it will rot and go in the ground. That place right there, that's a little farm, a little hobby farm is what it looks like. See them pigs. Sometimes she'll have, it's a lady, I've only seen a lady there, but sometimes she'll have her horse and the chickens out there free grazing on the side of the road. Y'all see some of that cotton on the side of the road. They have a rope to them and everything, but they got them free grazing on the side of the road. Now all those videos that you saw before are from, there's another picked field. That's the way I like to see them picked. So once they're picked, they go into the gin. The sooner they picked, they go into the gin. And the sooner they get ginned, the sooner gin can get through, which means the sooner the gin season's over. So now those clips of the machinery working, that's some of the equipment that works in a cotton gin, only in the packaging section. After the cotton has been ginned and it needs to get baled back up before it can go to a textile mill, it has to be packaged up. And our equipment will put plastic straps around it to hold it together after it's been packaged or after it's been ginned, and put a bag on it and seal the end of the bag. And then it's in turn buzzards. That buzzard will mess you up, man. They ain't quick, but then the packaged bale, the cleaned and ginned cotton bale that doesn't have seeds in it and everything, it goes to a textile mill, and some of it goes to textile mills here in the States, and some of it goes overseas. It just depends. I got some folks sell it both to both. Some of it to here in the States, and some of it overseas. And I got some that sell all here domestic, and I got some that sells all overseas. I mean, it just depends on where it goes. But anyway, that equipment the video clips that you just saw a little while ago, they're from some of our equipment that does the packaging of the cotton bale. But I was talking about that stuff on the side of the road, the cotton balls. That's where I was at. The cotton on the side of the road. When I first started, I didn't have a GPS, Garmin or whatever it was, and this was back before Garmin's were out, but you really couldn't. We didn't have iPhones back then. We had old Blackberries, and it really wasn't good for stuff like that. So I hadn't gotten my Garmin yet, and I was gonna run by and see a Ginn, and it was a Ginn up there close to Selma, Alabama. And I had no idea where it was at. So I told myself, I said, well, I'm going to go to Selma, and I'm going to look for the cotton bolls. And that's how I found the Ginn. I went to Selma, and the Ginn was actually east of Selma, in between Selma and Prattville. And the closer I got, the thicker that stuff was on the side of the road. That cotton was on the side of the road. So I actually followed the breadcrumbs or the cotton trail to the Ginn. When I pulled up, the thicker it got, the closer I got to the Ginn. And sure enough, by the time I got where it's pretty thick, there was a Ginn over there on the right. So that's pretty neat. I mean, you can follow the trail. You still can follow a breadcrumb trail.